Hello students, welcome to online class. Last class we discussed about agents of pollination. You know the natural agents of pollination. What are the natural agents of pollination? Yes, pollination by wind. Second one, pollination by water. Third one, pollination by insect. Fourth one, pollination by birds, otherwise animals. Okay. So today we are going to discussing the two pollinators, that is pollination by wind or pollination by water. They are abiotic factors. Okay, abiotic means what? This non-living things. How does wind and water helps to pollination? Anemophily or wind pollination. That's another name of wind pollination. Otherwise pollination by it is anemophily. As pollination carried out with the help of the wind. This pollination is called anemophilous pollination. Okay, clear? Yes. The flower which carry out such type of pollination are wind pollinating flowers. They are small, lightly colored and do not produce scent or nectar. Clear? So, these are the anemophily or wind pollinator flower. Clear? There are some characteristics of this wind pollinator flowers. The first characteristics is, so the characteristics are, wind pollinator flowers may be small, no petals and no special color, odor or nectar. These plants produce enormous numbers of small pollen grains. For this reason, wind pollinator plants by may be allergens, but seldom are animals pollinator plants allergenic. Their stigmas may be large and feathery to catch the pollen grains. Insects may visit them to collect pollens, but usually are infective pollinators and exert little natural selections on the flowers. Anemophilous or wind pollinator flowers are usually small and inconspicuous and do not possess a scent or produce nectar. The another may produce a large number of pollen grains, while the stamens are generally long and protrude out of flower. There are also examples of anemophilous, that is pollinated by two different classes of pollinators. Flowers which are both wind and insect pollinated. So these are some characteristics of the wind pollinated flowers. Okay, so what are the characteristics of wind pollinated flower? No bright color, special odor, and no nectar, no smell. Okay, and most have no petals, and stamens and stigma exposed to air currents. Okay, and next is large amount of pollens, and pollen smooth, light, easy, and airborne. And the next is stigma feathery to catch pollen from wind. Okay, stigmas are feathery to catch the pollen from wind. And next is we have staminate and pistillate flowers may be monoecious or dioecious. And next is usually single seeded fruits such as oakgrass, breech populus and hazel, dog, cattail and plantain and papyrus. These are examples of the pollinator, wind pollinator flower. Okay, clear? Next we are going to discussing the water pollinator flower, otherwise pollination by water. Water pollinator plants are aquatic, okay, and pollen floats on the water surface, drifting until it contact flowers. This is called surface hydrophily, but is relatively rare. And this water-aided pollination occur in water weeds and pond weeds. In a very few cases, pollen travel underwater. Most aquatic plants are insect pollinated with flowers that emerge from the water into the air. One example is given in your textbook in case of Vallisneria. See how the pollination occurs in Vallisneria. In pollination in the Vallisneria achieved with the help of water. In Vallisneria, the female flowers are submerged in the water. They reach the surface of water by the long stalk on reach the maturity. Okay, see, it is get the maturity. It is comes out the water. Okay, it reach surface of the water by a long stalk on reaching maturity. At this time, the male flowers are released onto the surface of water. See, the male flowers are released the water, surface of the water. Okay. With the help of the water, the pollen comes in contact with the female flower and the pollination is achieved. In the case of water lily, the female flower remains submerged in water. The pollen grains are released inside the water. The pollen grains are long, thread-like, and are carried with the water and reach the stigma and achieve the pollination. So, the water lily and the hydro Vallisneria both are achieve the pollination through water. Okay. I hope all of you understood this pollination by water and pollination by wind. Yes, pollination by insect and pollination by animals. Okay, the first one is pollination by insect. Did you observe if any time in your garden the butterflies and the bees and some other insects also visit the flowers? Why they are visiting the flower? Simply they are just going to visit the flower? No, they are collecting the nectar. They are collecting the nectar. So at the same time, when they collect the nectar, the pollen grains also stick in their body. Uh, it helps the pollination. Only the bees and the insects, okay, insects, these visit only one flower. No, they visit most all the flowers. Okay, so at the same time, they are just drop down the word pollen grains to another plant flower stigmas. Okay, like this way the pollination occur in case of insect. So let us see, pollination by insect is also known as endomophily. Okay, so when they are pollinated by insect, this pollination is known as endomophilous type of cross pollination. So, in this type of pollination, insects are helps to transfer pollen grains from one flower to another plant flower. This is the most common method of pollination. Okay, clear? So, what are the characteristic features of insect pollinated flowers? If you have any idea? Yes, it is bright color flower and it is showy flower, which means large flower. So most of the flowers are bright colored and bright colored petal. For what they have the bright colored petal? Because it attracts the insect. Yes. Okay. Give an example of this bright colored flower. Yes, rose. Then hibiscus. Then marigold. Yes, more flowers are there. So which one is the bright colored flower and large flower? These are the examples of pollinated by insect. Okay. And second character, most of the insect pollinated flowers are producing what? Nectar. That's why the insect visit the flower. Okay. And most of the insect pollinated flowers have sweet smell. Smell of a rose. It's sweet smell. Yes. And jasmine. Yes. Mostly all the insect pollinated flower that is sweet smell and it is producing nectar and it is bright colored petal. It attracts the insects. And the pollen grains are most of these flowers are sticky type. Why they are sticky type? Then only when the insect visit the flower, it will stick on their body. Okay. So these are the characteristics of pollination by insect flowers. Okay. Clear? Yes. Next we are going to discussing that pollination by animals. Okay, pollination by animals. Do you know that some birds they are just suck the nectar from the flower. So this pollination is also called as zoophily. Okay, when the pollination is carried out with the help of animals, it is known as zoophilous type of cross pollination. The plants which carry out zoophilous type of pollination have flowers with hairy pollen. for pollen grains so they can stick to the body of animals. When these animals comes in contact with the flower of another plant, they deliver the pollen to its stigma. Like this way, they achieve the pollination. Okay. So I hope all of you understood this topic. Yes. Thank you.